Hello, welcome to GeoBytes, your daily roundup of news from geospatial industry. I'm your host, Bhanu Rekha. For the next 15 minutes, I will bring you the news of the top developments across projects, products, policies, and business. But first, let's take a look at the top story today. Researchers at the University of California, Berkeley and Lawrence Berkeley National Laboratory have come up with a way to detect wildfires at an early stage using satellites and drones. Called the Fire Urgency Estimator in Geosynchronous Orbit or FUGO, the system is designed to spot wildfires in the western US in just 3 minutes after they start. Though the system is a theoretical framework at this point, once it is fully operational, it would enable aerial tankers to attack a new fire within 20 minutes. Imagine that. Well, let us also tell you how the system works. A satellite fitted with an infrared camera would monitor fire-prone areas of the country and relay its data to a geospatial information system on the ground. Besides, drones mounted with cameras would patrol high-risk areas to get high-resolution pictures. These cameras would snap photos in a 3.9 microband, a wavelength of light emitted by fires which is invisible to the naked eye. A computer model would detect differences in the photos to determine if a new fire has erupted. Here's what Carl Pennypacker, UC Berkeley research physicist and lead coordinator for FUGO, has to say.
Tremendously rich sensors, tremendously rich computing power, modern telecommunications. After all, California is the center of this, of the whole planet. Why don't we apply some of this to fires? And my colleagues and I think, put together something quite reasonable, quite cheap, and we're testing at various levels right now, working with various parts. We have some staff in CAL FIRE we're working with, some in the National U.S. Forest Service. So I think we're slowly evolving into a solution. I think, again, the technology is revolutionary, but the implementation is going to be evolutionary.
It could take as long as 6 more years to get a satellite in space and make the system operational, but it would save the nation millions in damages. Berkeley researchers suggest that the satellite could be built and operated by the federal government like the Geostationary Operational Environment Satellite. It could even be a partnership between government and the private sector like the Landsat satellite program. And through building this satellite would cost several $100 million, it would still be a fraction of the nation's $2.5 billion annual firefighting budget. In another development, spatial data and insight company GeoDigital has collaborated with an energy industry specialist to launch an online calculator. This new tool provides an estimate of the potential financial benefit utilities can avail if they move from human-based vegetation inspection to digital-based patrolling. The calculator estimates that by using remote sensing technology, including LiDAR and high-definition imagery collected at regular intervals, the North American utility industry can save over $1 billion and reduce the risk of vegetation-related outages. The savings come in the form of reduced vegetation management cost, more accurate and competitive contractor bids, and selective use of herbicides. Also from the world of electric utilities, Think Power Solutions has released a program management and business intelligence portal called Think Power One. The platform would provide utilities with SaaS-based GIS integrated and mobile-ready tools and analytics to manage project documents, collect data from the field, view project progress, and gain business intelligence through real-time project dashboards. Hari Vasudevan, co-founder of Think Power Solutions, says that the new solution addresses key challenges in the utility industry. These include aged assets, documentation management, and inadequate geospatial and visual representation of assets with real-time project management tools. Moving on, oil and gas ArcGIS platform specialist Exprodart has released version 2.2.2 of Exploration Analyst, a tool that helps exploration departments understand opportunities and make better decisions. This version provides a host of new tools for exploration staff to improve their play assessment analysis. Exprodart's technical director Chris Jepps explains that the primary focus of the latest release is on extending and enhancing its yet-to-find tools by providing more flexibility and streamlining analysis across multiple areas. The release also adds the ability to analyze feature densities and discovered pools by hydrocarbon phase. In another software development, the latest version of the web-based Leica cross-check for GNSS reference station network integrity and deformation monitoring now comes with enhanced visualization and reporting options. Experts at Leica Geosystems process monitoring data using the latest geodetic software and algorithms. They provide precise assessments of any site movement on various types of infrastructure platforms such as oil platforms, bridges, or dams. Users can easily distribute customizable, automatically generated reports to multiple viewers via email. The new version's dashboard and status view features enable fast interpretation of complex data of reference network coordinates and area deformation. Avenza Systems, a Canadian company which creates mapping and GIS software products compatible with the Adobe Creative Suite, has released a new geospatial image editing platform. The Geographic Imager 5.0 for Adobe Photoshop is a georeference tool which has been redesigned to provide flexibility while referencing and rectifying images. It is compatible with Adobe Photoshop Creative Cloud 2015 for both Windows and Mac. This release also introduces the Map Package Export feature compatible with the PDF Maps mobile app. It also allows users to upload the map packages directly to the PDF Maps digital map store. Geographic Imager 5.0 is available immediately. It is free of charge to all current Geographic Imager Maintenance Program members. Avenza's Director of Sales and Marketing, Doug Smith, will now tell you more about the product.
What you can do is you can take any kind of, let's say, geotiffs, any kind of reference imagery, and a lot of people at this show bring it into Photoshop because Photoshop's such a premier tool for working with imagery. And let's say they want to knock out cloud cover or change any pixels in there. Well, the big problem with doing it in Photoshop with a referenced image is as soon as you change anything in there, the referencing's shot. It's gone. I want to pass it over to somebody. I can't use it now as a referenced image. We allow you to maintain that referencing when you kick it out of Photoshop. But we also have tools that allow you to crop, tile, mosaic these images, change projections, a whole bunch of tools in there to really get the image that people want. And a lot of people in this industry utilize that because of, again, it's the same idea as a map publisher. We're turning Photoshop into a little spatial imaging tool for referencing.
Okay, we will now slip into a short break, but when we return, we will have a look at developments from Africa and South Asia.
Geospatial industry is evolving with time, adding newer dimensions, converging with other technologies, and expanding across verticals. Feel the pulse of its growth story. Catch the technology innovators, system integrators, business drivers, and policymakers share their knowledge, experiences, and ideas at GeoBase Leaders Summit. Join the knowledge pool.
Welcome back. Reports are coming in from India that officials from the country's Home Ministry recently met Google representatives. It seems the government is now planning to give Google permission to put 3D imagery of Indian metropolitan areas in Google Earth. Many of you may have already seen 3D imagery of metro cities of the United States, the UK, Brazil and Australia in the geolocation software. Well, the latest version of Google Earth is designed to provide an immersive 3D experience to the users. For this feature, Google uses imagery depicting a location from a 45-degree angle rather than from the top. It is quite useful in understanding driving directions or to check out a place you're about to visit for the first time. This seems like a good time to show you 3D imagery of San Francisco in Google Earth 7. Beautiful, isn't it? In another development, the Ramani Huria, a web-based project funded by the World Bank, is currently training students and local community members to create maps of flood-prone areas in the Tanzania city of Dar es Salaam. The maps are being created using an open-source platform called OpenStreetMap. University students have been taught using of field papers, GPS units and OSM trackers to create well-detailed maps. The community members believe that digital mapping is essential for keeping current records for the future generations. It should be noted that at least 38 people were killed when the African nation was hit by floods this March. Also from Africa, the United Nations Regional Center for Mapping of Resources and Development has joined hands with national agencies of Malawi to develop a comprehensive national hazards and vulnerability atlas for the entire country. This atlas and GIS database form an important part of the steps the government of Malawi is taking in its national disaster risk management policy. The project is being carried out with support from the SERVIR program, a joint program between NASA and USAID. A workshop held in Malawi last week to validate hazard and vulnerability maps against local knowledge. That's all we have for you in GeoBytes today. Find us on www.geobiz.com and follow GeoBiz on Twitter. We will be back shortly with GeoBiz exclusive. Stay tuned.